Hi everyone, today I'll be showing you how to displace a terrain map on 3ds Max. So you firstly have to open 3ds Max on your desktop. The interface will look like this once it is open. And then the first thing I do is I'd open up the perspective view, just to be a larger screen so you know what to do, and then create a plane that's going to end up becoming the terrain. So you just go to Create, will be on the far right hand tab, Geometry, and then Plane, and then you can adjust the color. I'm just going to leave it as this one, and then you can just draw a plane that we'll be using to displace the map. An important thing to do with this plane is to actually increase the segments, the length segments of this plane. So if you under length segments, it's currently at 1000, and width segs up at 1000, which is pretty good. I'm going to make it 1500 to ensure that there's lots of segments to be displaced. So now we're going to need an image to displace the terrain and where to get this terrain. So for today's project, I use the Tangram Height Mapper. You can just go to your web browser and you'll see it over here under Tangram Height Mapper.github. You can just search that and then launch the site, and it'll lead you to this large world map of terrain that has been inverted. So an interesting thing about 3ds Max is that it only displaces images as inverted. So it uses the lightest color as the highest terrain and the darkest as the lowest. So just remember that when you are displacing images on 3ds Max, that whatever you're using needs to be inverted if it's not ready. So for today, I'll be looking at the Melbourne region. I'm just going to head right here at this interesting looking terrain. And then you simply just have to click Export via on the bottom. Okay, and that will export an image and download it straight onto your desktop. And then you simply just have to go back to 3ds Max. And then to import that image, you just have to go to Modify on the far right, tab, second icon, Modify List, and then say Displace. And then I'm going to actually import it as a bitmap. So None, Desktop, under my downloads, and click the image as well as Open. Okay, so the image has now been added under Image Bitmap, as you can see over on the right. And now that image can be displaced on this. So you can just increase the strength of the displacement, which you can see happening as the terrain starts showing up on the plane as you increase the strength. Right, so you can just keep increasing the strength of the displacement, and that will displace the plane according to these segments that we are using. As you can see, the more you increase the strength, the more the displaced imagery becomes. So another interesting thing you can do is just add the map that you've downloaded back onto the imagery. So to do that, you just go to the image that you have and then drop it onto the picture. And this is what it looks like. You can see how the terrain moves along with the shades, as well as the light and dark contrast. You can further edit this material and visibility by going to the map. I hope this has been helpful in showing you how to create a terrain using 3ds Max and how to overlay an image over that.